What's going on, everyone? It's your big boy Aaron J to the C, and I'm back in the house with another brand new video. And welcome to this week's video on Axios Media. Today is not going to be a reaction video. It's going to be more of a talk situation between us. A lot of things happen in the world. A lot of people, they get, shot in the street. They get, murdered. They get even into car accidents, and they get into a lot of theft and a lot of cheating that they get thrown in jail, right? But in this kind of situation, it's a very different situation. It's more of a memeable situation. You know what I'm saying? We're going to read and we're going to, go through something that happened a couple of days ago. The former president of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump. Now, Donald J. Trump is literally the GOAT of presidency. I mean, if you want to talk about the actual GOAT, Abraham Lincoln takes the top. He's literally the greatest among all. But if you want to talk about memeable, funny, and much more of a complete clown of everyday life, Donald J. Trump is the best. I mean, he literally did an interview with Tucker Carlson. Before he got arrested, he did an interview with Tucker Carlson and how he, got, situated, and how he was going to get arrested, and how the state of Georgia was going to arrest him for, something to do with the presidential candidacy in 2020, when he first started off as president in the candidates section. Trump himself said he was going to get arrested anyway. He was actually going to surrender getting arrested so that, he wouldn't have to make a big scene about it. But he did get arrested, and they released his mugshot. Now, his mugshot is super hilarious. I mean, when I saw this mugshot, I got scared of Donald J. Trump. Like, wow, this dude in prison, he can literally survive in any situation. If you put him on a deserted island, he will build a Trump Tower on top of it. If you put him in some sort of Saudi Arabia or in the middle of the desert, he will build a huge resort. I mean, this man can literally survive anywhere because this mugshot was all over the place. It was on newspaper articles, it was on the internet, it became memes the following day. It just goes to show how important Donald J. Trump is to the world. Now we're going to look at this photo, and we're going to see for a few seconds. Okay, let's start right now. Let's go. Okay, now since that's done, we're going to read the article on what got him arrested and how we ourselves can, see the situation, and how should we even care about this? Well, let's just have a look and see, all right? It says here, former President Donald Trump was booked at the Fulton County Jail Thursday night on state charges that he conspired to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election in Georgia. Trump was fingerprinted, and a booking photo, commonly known as a mugshot, was taken of the former president and later released to the public. Trump is facing charges in 4 separate criminal cases, but this is the first time he had a mugshot taken. And this is getting a lot of attention, not just only in America, but all over the world. Everybody is flipping out because of this photo and because of what is happening. Trump is facing 13 separate counts in Georgia, including a racketeering charge and several fraud and false statement counts. The deadline for Trump and his 18 co-defendant in the case to turn himself in is Friday. So on Friday, he turned himself in, and the mugshot was released by that day, the next day. And if you go down some more, there is actually not just his photo, but all of his other defendants' photo. I mean, I'll just put a picture right here so you guys can see. Trump says co-defendants have to be released from this horrible thing. All right, so you can see that there's a lot of his defendants here who are backing him up and, trying to help him. And I see that there's one lady here who's actually smiling, and she's happy to get arrested. I mean, she's literally happy to get thrown in prison. And this guy below her, I mean, he's just jolly. He's bright and jolly. You can tell by the lighting as well. Then he continues on. Former President Donald Trump said he feels some sympathy for his co-defendants. He feels some. He doesn't feel fully. He feels some for his co-defendants in the Georgia election case, saying their lives are destroyed by the criminal charges. Those people that have been so unfairly dragged into this, these are highly qualified people who don't even know why they were brought in, Trump said in an interview with Newsmax several hours after he was booked in a Georgia county jail. Those people have to be released. They have to be. I gotta talk like him. Those people have to be released. They have to be released from this horrible thing that they're going through, he added. I'm sorry, I just love Trump because he's such a funny man, and I just can't get enough of him. Trump is one of the 19 defendants, 19, dang, charged in a sprawling RICO indictment that that accuses them of conspiring to overturn the results of the 2020 Georgia presidential election. Trump also noted that some of his co-defendants don't have a lot of money and some of them have almost nothing. Wow, what a way to defend your friends, dude. What a way to defend by telling them they're poor. A former president dodged a question about whether he sees his co-defendants as a team. Really? You dodged the question? You couldn't just tell, yes, you see them as a team, as a friend? Wow. Trump is a billionaire, but he has not offered to contribute to the legal defense cause of the people charged alongside him in Georgia. Now, these are just allegations. They're not really like charges yet. He was charged, but there is no proof yet. They might have some proof, but we do not know yet what will happen. All we know is that he just got booked and he's in prison, and they're just trying to see what they can do to come up with some proof here. So we don't have any idea yet on what's happening. All we know is that Trump is being booked. There's a mugshot. It's funny. People are going bananas over it, and now the whole world knows about it. Not only did they release his mugshot, but Trump uses the mugshot to fundraise for presidential campaign. I mean, take a look at this. Trump began using his mugshot to raise funds for his campaign shortly after being booked and heading home to Jersey. So he was booked, he was in jail for probably a couple of days, and then maybe not a couple of days, and then he just went out. Today, at the notoriously violent jail in Fulton County, Georgia, I was arrested despite having committed no crime, Trump said in the personal note sent to backers, which featured his glowering jailhouse photo. The American people know what's going on, the message said. What has taken place is a travesty of justice and election interference. Honestly, at this point, as I told you, Trump can use anything to make money and to create more fame. He's literally the greatest president ever. Why? I think he's like the greatest president ever, and I think that personally, he could actually go further than being just a president. He could be like the ruler of the whole world by now. He could literally take over anything. You can put him in the most horrible situation and he can turn anything into money and make him more and more famous. They even added in the 2024 bid for president that it will be the single most powerful photo in the history of online fundraising. The pro-Trump digital fundraiser explained. It's literally going to get him more famous. So they're just making him more famous just by getting him into trouble. I mean, literally, Trump has already become famous for being president and for being a fool sometimes. But there are other things he's famous for a reason, okay? So that's why Trump is literally amazing. Sometimes we can't really predict what Trump will do. All we can say is that Trump is a funny man. And yes, there are some things that he does that I don't find it to be very good. But honestly, he's just a real clown sometimes. And sometimes I don't really know what to say. He's just a funny man. Anything he does is funny. I just find him to be a very, very funny person, all right? So that's all for today's video, guys. If you like it so much, leave a like, share, favorite, subscribe, comment on the video too. It helps us to improve ourselves. And do subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. And tune in to the next Axios Media video soon, all right? See you all in the next one. Bye-bye.